Another thing that stands out about Sam is the fact that he was always one of the last ones to walk off the field and did more than his fair share of hauling equipment to and from practice. Sam always displayed a selfless attitude and was at every event related to our season. Sam is committed to being an Old Abe and is a well-deserving recipient of this award. Please join me in congratulating Sam Olson on being the 2012 team champion. I'm going to also present the Defensive MVP award, seeing that Coach Sullivan is not here this evening. Many players did step up for us this year defensively. It was needed. As I mentioned before, we did deal with some injuries, which affected a lot of our men on the defensive side of the ball. Although we were not always able to overcome these difficulties enough to stop the opposing offense, those hardships gave us the opportunity to test our resolve and improve on our character. Consistently, there was one player embracing this very struggle, playing his heart out despite the score, despite who's on the field with him. And though he wasn't the biggest or fastest, Tyler Lee is our defensive most valuable player. Tyler has a natural ability to keep those around him positive, motivated, and working as a team. Whether it was working in tandem with another linebacker or filling his gap alone, Tyler took it upon himself to improve at every technique and becoming a great individual player as well. Great year, young man. Let's hear a round of applause.
I was asked to speak a little bit about the offensive side of the ball here. My name is Derek Olson, and I'm the freshman offensive coordinator. I think our season this year can be defined as a tremendous learning experience. And although players and coaches alike can agree that it would have been nice to win a couple more games, I think it's safe to say that we learned how to be a better football team each and every week, which was showcased with our win against North in our last game. This season certainly had high points and low points, but at the end of the day, we came out of the season with a group of young men who I believe are prepared to be successful Memorial football players for the next 3 years. That's the goal of the freshman level, and I believe that we accomplished it. I cannot say enough about our offensive players. We struggled to score and played from behind at times this season, but we never stopped playing hard. Our offensive line, the big guys over there, they really came together as a group and they learned how to use their tremendous size. We really knocked North around in that last game. We also have some skill players who made a big impact, and as varsity players, they're going to be great players in the next several years. We may have only won 2 games, but this is a talented group. They're committed to improving, they're committed to the weight room, and they're committed to each other. I'm very excited to see the size of this freshman class combined with the great speed that the sophomore class has. If we combine these classes with the excellent coaching that happens at the varsity level, I see some very bright days ahead for Memorial football. So freshmen, set the bar high, work hard, and good things are going to come your way. I'm up here tonight to introduce our freshman offensive player of the year. While originally starting the season as a defensive player at linebacker, Jake Ness, due to injury circumstances, became the player whom our offense heavily relied on. When we were unsure who would carry the running back duties after Sean Fox went out with a concussion, it was Jake who stepped in and did a great job. He learned a whole new position in 1 week, and when Foxy came back in, we needed someone to fill in at fullback due to another injury. And again, I went to Jake to see if he was up for the task, and again, he did a tremendous job. Jake made a lot of big plays this year, but the most impressive thing was the way he was able to quickly and easily adapt to a new position. Jake is a talented, tough, hardworking, and smart football player who has a great attitude. He loves to play the game. I don't know what position the coaches are going to want Jake to play next year, but I do know that Jake will be a great football player on Friday night someday. So ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce our freshman offensive player of the year, Jake Ness.
Thanks, Coach Burns and Coach Olson. I've got to say, if we ask the varsity players to line up numerically and then switch it to alphabetically, I don't think they could have done it that fast. Nice job. Coach Clay, if I can have you come back up here and talk about some volunteers that helped us out this year.